I lost my dad to suicide in May 2006, and regarding suicide grief, I'd say there's probably three big waves I've had in my life. First, when I was 12, and that was initially when Dad had passed away, and that was after a period he had of quite poor mental health and previous attempts as well. So it was sudden, but in some ways not completely unexpected. So when I was 12 was the first wave, I'd say, and then in 2018, when I was 24, I went on a men's rites of passage, which was like a 5-day retreat, and I came back from that and I wrote a poem saying to my dad, and I expressed a few things in there, and I just cried, and that's, I think, started a journey of grieving as an adult, and I changed as I broke up with my girlfriend at the time. I changed jobs to help disadvantaged students. I had a big faith realization and developing in my Christian faith. So a lot changed through that unlocking of grief and expressing it in some ways. And then the third wave, I'd say, was in April 2023 when I read my dad's suicide report for the first time. And it was a report from the British Transport Police. And that was the first time I'd probably felt the full extent of grieving as an adult, because I could empathize, but also knowing the full details made bare and the clinical nature of it, which was quite hard. And so I'd say my experience of it has been, in those big waves, it's been quite an isolating experience, suicide-related grief. But what's been nice is the last few months discovering Suicide&Co was really helpful. So I got a good impression of the website, and I was able to navigate it in order to obviously apply for the 12 counselling sessions. Why I decided to apply for counselling was this is a unique service because you don't have to pay for the sessions if you don't have the funds, and also there's 12 sessions. So in terms of how I found the counselling I received, I'd say it was pretty excellent. It's the only counselling I've had where I brought my entire self to counselling, and every session I had a clear plan of what I wanted, but also sometimes I just scrapped the plan as well, and just talked about what was coming up for me at the time. So it was really, really good, and I think just the counsellor and how he met me, and just his appreciation of the different creative means I brought. I even sent some piano recordings of songs that were significant to my dad, and me expressing that. I guess that meant a lot to me. The sessions were brilliant, excellent, and I really appreciated the counsellor and will appreciate him for the rest of my life. So I'd say the outcomes of my counselling were very clear. When I agreed to meet the counsellor, and I said I'd wanted to go through the suicide report and also to move on forward and not be held back by what happened to my dad. And so I'd say these outcomes were realised, and in many ways they're realised just because we discussed about grieving and dealing with ashes. So in 4 days' time I'll be collecting my dad's ashes, which has been in a funeral home getting dusty for 18 years. And so that's the outcome of I'm stepping into the grief, I'm stepping into quite challenging places. My experience of Suicide&Co and working with you directly has been positive, and so I filled in the form when I was interested in the 12 counselling sessions, and I think I got a response fairly quickly, and I had a video call, and I talked about my preferences in terms of times and also the gender of the person, the counselling person where possible. So they seemed to be quite on it. Why I came to support you today on this project is to encourage other people who may be more tentative about asking for help, about seeing the benefits that counselling can give, but also counselling from this organisation, and also the freedom that can come from taking part and stepping into your grief and healing from it as well.